Hey, it's Wednesday. It's time for Against the Wall. So today we're looking at the book of Joshua, and we're looking at the story of where Joshua is one of the spies that go into the land, and they're looking at the promised land. If you remember the book of Joshua, it's Joshua who leads the children of Israel into the promised land. But what we see here is this part is where they're in there and they know that there are people in the wall, and so they're trying to get them. They're trying to capture them, and so they actually go to a woman whose name is Rahab, and she's a harlot. Not probably the most outstanding of citizens, but she's hiding them to protect them. She knows that God is going to let these Jewish people have their city, and she's trying to figure out how to keep them safe, but also at the same time protect her family. And so the verse we want to look at today is in Joshua chapter 2, and I want to read verse 15, and it says, "Then she let them down by a rope through the city, for her house was on the city wall. She dwelt on the wall." So she hid the men there, basically on her roof. And when they came and said, "All right, where are these men at?" She said, "Look, they snuck out the gate before it was getting dark, and if you hurry up and pursue them, I think you can catch them." And so they're good with that. And then she finally goes to the men and she's like, "All right, I tricked them. I'll let you down." And so she takes and she lets them down by rope down out the window. She lived on the outside wall, so it was easy for them to go right out the window, straight down out of the city and take off. Not only she hide them, not only she helped them escape, but she also tells them what they need to do to make sure they are safe from them, from their pursuers. And so she does this, and she only asks in return, "Hey, save me, save my family." And so this is what they tell her. They say, "Look, put a scarlet cord, tie it to that window that you let us out. And you do this, and if you do, then we'll remember you, we'll know where you're at, and you and your family, if you have them there with you, they'll all stay safe throughout the whole thing." And so that's what happens. She ties a scarlet cord. When the walls come tumbling down, they go in, wipe out everybody, save her and her family. Now, here's the thing about it is we're looking at the word wall, and sometimes we like to look at walls as obstacles. Think about a city wall. It's huge, and there's no way they could scale it. We know that God is the one that actually brings the wall down, but the truth is here we think about the wall, and we think about here the wall is clearly safety. It's also security, because her being on the outside wall meant she was able to help them. Her being on the outside wall meant she was able to put that scarlet cord there so they could see and know that don't attack these people. Walls are to keep people out. They're also to keep people in. Walls also are a protection for us. And the thing about it is, when you think about the story of Rahab, if it wasn't for her living on the outer wall, she may not have been able to save them, and she might have also died. Sometimes we look at God, we talk about God as being a strong tower and all that. And what is a tower? It's a huge wall. In this case, the wall served as a way to help protect her. Sometimes we're going to come into life where we're going to deal with walls, and we're going to deal with looking at walls, and we can either look at them as a challenge, as an adversity, something we got to get around, something we got to get over. We can look at them as a place to hide, a place of safety to stay behind. We can also look at them as a way to know that, hey, you know what? It's going to be okay. So the next time you're looking out your window and you're think back to this story, how walls are a great thing, and sometimes they can even lead to our protection. I hope you enjoyed that today. I hope it helps you. And until next time,